Hello guys, my name is Laire. I am from Fortaleza. The name of the city is Fortaleza, the state is Ceará, and we are here in Brazil. And we met Pastor Dustin. He came here to our city with a World Hope Ministry International to teach us with the theology course. And I'm here to tell you amazing things that God did in our city, and I'm sure that God was going to be doing through World Hope, through you people, Americans that offered to this project and offered to Pastor Dustin and Pastor Ben, so they could come here and spread the gospel in our city and try to help pastors and leaders to understand better the gospel and to teach better the gospel in our city. And I am here especially to tell you special stories that happened during these 4 days of training that they were here. And first of all, I want to share with you a story about a lady that came up to me and said that she was very, very happy and thankful for what Pastor Dustin were doing and Pastor Ben were doing here, because she knew that she would never get that training without World Hope, without that. And she was very thankful for the translating. My husband, Pastor Roberto, was translating Pastor Dustin, and she said that it was wonderful that she could have that knowledge, all of that information about the gospel, that true information in her language, in our language, which is Portuguese. So she hugged me very tight and she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to take that in my heart. I'm going to take that to my church. It's going to be changing. It's changing my heart, and it's going to be changing many people. So she was very thankful that she could have that in Portuguese. And first of all, it was because of you that offered for the project. And then in other day, this other lady came up to me and told me that she has a sight disease, something that is happening to her because of her DNA, because her mother and her grandmother had that disease, and she's kind of like being blind. She can see, but she cannot read. So she said that 2 months ago, she had a dream that she was in a classroom, and someone put her on her shoulders, put her on his shoulders, a guy, so she could see what was happening in the class, the content. And somebody told her in that class, on her dream, that she was going to get a certificate. She will pass the class. And then she was there hearing what Pastor Dustin and Pastor Ben were teaching. And in the end of the course, Pastor Dustin and Pastor Ben, they signed her curriculum, saying that she was able to, she knew what was the curriculum. She passed that class. So she thought, that's it. God gave me that dream to tell me, you will be able to pass a course. You will be able to get information, because she could not read the curriculum that you guys from World Hope gave us. She cannot read it, but she was there listening to what pastors were saying, and she passed. They signed it for her. And she said that the guy that was holding her on the shoulders, it was Jesus. He brought her to that class. So it was a dreaming come true, and she was very thankful also. And the last one was this guy that is from my church. The course was happening in my church, and I knew that he wasn't a believer, but he lives nearby our church, and he goes there to help the cleaning. Our pastor pays him to help the cleaning, and I told Pastor Dustin, he's not a believer yet. And then in the end of the course, Pastor Dustin came to him to share the gospel, to explain the gospel to him, and I was his translator. And then that was in the morning, yesterday, Sunday morning. And then in Sunday afternoon, when Pastor Dustin was preaching in our church, this guy told my pastor that he surrendered. He accepted Christ in his heart through Pastor Dustin. So this is some of the beautiful and amazing stories that happened in our church, in our city, with our people, because of you that are praying for us, are offering for us. So we are here to tell you that we are very thankful about what God is doing in our lives, in our city, because of you that are offering and praying and believing what these pastors, Pastor Dustin, Pastor Ben, and World Hope is doing. Thank you very much.